It's a beautiful evening in St. Louis where we come to you from Busch Stadium for Game 2 of the I-70 Series. That is the Royals and the Cardinals. Hi, everybody. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler with you. The Royals are going through a very difficult time. They've lost 8 of their last 9 games. But, Hud, this is a time where an athlete has to challenge himself even more to stay positive.
That's right. It's a mental game, and you have to stay positive mentally. Amnesia is the best thing for a ball player during a losing season. You got to let it go. Come to the park, be excited about the future, and look ahead and see who's going to win tonight, who's going to drive the bus. That's what you do, but you got to encourage one another. Watch this. Hill with a slap. Watch that. Junis with a slap back. That's important. Okay, look at these guys. They're not cheerleaders. This is what you do when things are going bad. You encourage your teammates. That takes your thoughts off yourself. Little by little, they're going to come back and they're going to win, but you have to stay positive. That's where it all starts. Right there. Look at that smile from the skipper. That loosens everybody up, and when he's okay, everybody else is okay. Watch him go and hope they can get that win tonight.
But nothing would satisfy them more than a victory, and they'd love to see Mike Moustakas go deep against St. Louis. We'll talk his stories against the Cards next. St. Louis, and here at Busch Stadium, the Royals are hoping that Mike Moustakas can get hot. As we take a look at our Kia in the driver's seat, well, Mike Moustakas has been in the driver's seat against St. Louis in the past.
That's right. That's what you use for ammunition, for that confidence, that extra guy you got to take out there. You look at the numbers, I rake here. That's right. Now, he got a hit last night. He'll take that. But look, he's back. Look at that's the one we want to see. The Moose needs to get loose tonight and tomorrow so they can win a series. All right, Dad, check him out. 3:30. He's got 4 bombs here. He knows exactly what to do against the Redbirds. Let's hope he can lead by example. Let's stay tuned because I think the Moose is going to get loose.
When we come back, Joel and Monty will stay with the positive picture. They'll talk success in St. Louis for KC next.
Salvador Perez home run. First pitch coming up in just under 7.5 minutes. Welcome back to Busch Stadium. Joel Goldberg, Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery right down by the visiting dugout. And while the results have really been rough lately and for most of the season, there's still a lot of energy in there. Baseball's so different than other sports. You've been through the slumps before. How do you handle times like this?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, Joel, is you have to be focused on winning the game tonight, and that's really all that matters today. Now, big picture-wise, I think the objective in this season, and I'm going to use the word rebuild. A lot of people don't like to hear that word, but we're rebuilding. This is not a team that was built to be a contender this year. I think it's important to see where does this team measure from the time it starts leaving spring training to where is it when the season ends in September. Have you made improvements individually? Have you made individual improvements? Have you made team improvements? And I think that's really the thing, but it's really hard when you're coming out every night to try to win a ball game and not get caught up in all the negativity and the record and all the things that have not worked out the way you want them to work out.
It's guys like Salvador Perez and Mike Moustakas that will make sure that the effort is still there, that the desire is still there. And as Monty said, look for that W tonight. Some folks will go home happy. Others in the same household, not so much. The beauty of the I-70 series. More coming up.
Kansas City is brought to you by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Find yours at your Kansas City area Chevy dealers. By Missouri Lottery, every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Steel Outdoor Power Equipment. Pick your power, fuel, or battery with Steel. Search STIHL. The Royals are looking to even up this I-70 series with the Cardinals. Tonight, Jason Hamill will make the 290th start of his Major League career. 83 degrees. Steve Physiok, Rex Hudler, Joe Goldberg, Jeff Montgomery with you at Busch Stadium. And as we take a look at the Royals starting lineup, the Royals mixing things up a little bit. Soler and Dozier given the night off. The Royals stuffing that lineup with left-handers like Goins and a switch hitter in Abraham Almonte. 5 left-handers versus the right-hander Luke Weaver.
Check this young man out. Jumps and clears the line before he comes onto the field. Clicks his heels. Tells himself he's in a big league ball game, Fizz. I love it. A young kid with a few little quirks, but that's good. Certainly, hopefully he misses out over the plate for the Royals tonight. At ERA 4.37, don't let it deceive you. He's a little better than that. 42 strikeouts at 47 1/3. He's good, only giving up 3 homers. He's a good-looking young pitcher. He's going to try to command his fastball. Changeup, curveball. The changeup and curve are excellent pitches, and then especially that changeup. That's his go-to pitch. He's been tough. Defensively, St. Louis Cardinals. They'll show you Ozuna in left field. He's a good athlete. O'Neill in center. Try him out in center field. He's been playing right so far for the Redbirds. Dexter Fowler's getting a start. He's kind of struggled a little bit offensively. Jose Martinez, Wong, Munoz, a young, good-looking shortstop. Carpenter's at third, and Pena's at catching.
The crew chief Joe West is at second base tonight. Marty Foster is behind home plate calling balls and strikes. And Rex, with the corners, Carpenter at third and Jose Martinez at first base, would you be thinking along the lines of perhaps a bunt by some Royals tonight?
Well, you know, it's always possible, Fizz. It just depends on what the defense gives you. Carpenter, he's a fine athlete. He can play just anywhere in that infield, but it just depends on what the situation is. Hit it by him, just like that.
John Jay slashes one down the left field line, so he is on, and the Royals have their leadoff man on against Luke Weaver.
Like to see him swing that bat and score some runs tonight. John Jay, right man to do it. Fastball right down the middle, belt high. He knows what to do with that. Don't try to pull it, go the other way.
Now Weaver to face Ryan Goins. Was given the start tonight, batting second, and he has 9 hits, 3 of them doubles in his last 11 games. Well, there is the bunt, and it's a darn good one, and Carpenter's throw is not in time.
Goins earned that one. Matheny's going to say, hold it, hold it, hold it. Let's maybe check it. But nicely done. That was a sacrifice slash bunt for base hit there. Carpenter told you he can make that play, but Goins really got a great break. When you're on the left side of that plate, look at Fizz. You're 2 steps out of the box compared to the right-handed side. And watch Carpenter. Throws off his right foot. Good play, but ooh, I don't know.
They're going to check it.
Yeah, it looks like they might have got him with that replay there without even looking, but Matheny's going to test it. So if it doesn't work, at least he got the runner over.
Because the Royals have hit into a major league leading 51 double plays this year. Let's take a look at the replay again to see outer safe.
It looked like he got him by just a split second.
Well, it's not about entering the glove, it's about hitting the back of the glove.
Yeah, he's
out.
out.
That left foot, oh, I don't know, Hud. It's got to be clear and convincing again.
Anyway, regardless, they stay out of the double play. You're right. That's the main thing. And I'm sure that's what's in Goins' mind. He goes, look, and they've talked about that. Terry Bradshaw, hitting coach, saying, hey, look, guys, we got to do something about this.
He's out. He did advance John Jay into scoring position.
Heck of a bid. Now let's see what Moose can do. He's got the highest average with the runner in scoring position on the team, 310.
He had 1 hit and a walk in last night's St. Louis 6-0 victory. He had a pitch in his wheelhouse.
Sure did. It was up. You just had him pull off a tad because of the change of speed. It was his changeup that was just middle. You know, give Moose a couple at-bats off of him, and he'll see that changeup a little better. That's just the first pitch, but he was on it.
That is low, and Francisco Pena in for the injured Yadier Molina. All-star still on the disabled list, going down in early May.
Yeah, but I saw Yadi on the field at 3 o'clock today. Guess who he was help coaching? The base runners. Him and Jose Oquendo were out there, and he was helping those guys, talking about what a catcher does when he looks to pick guys off.
Smashed down the right field line, but foul, and so advantages Luke Weaver. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He is a guy who can pick up those strikeouts, gets a lot of them on that changeup. He also throws a cutter, but his last 2 starts have gone very well, allowing just 1 earned run in 12 innings with 10 strikeouts.
Just go to battling now. Got 2 strikes on you.
Jay unable to break as the ball clipped in the dirt. He's been averaging just 16 pitches per inning in his last 2 starts. His command rock solid, just 2 walks in those 12 innings. Popped up, foul territory, left side. Carpenter over and has room for the second out. So now the Royals are hoping that Salvador Perez can pick the Royals up. They've had a really difficult time hitting in the clutch this year. Just .215 with runners in scoring position starting this evening, and right now 0 for 1 after Moose popped up.
John Jay's the only Royal to face Weaver in the past.
Strike 1. John, of course, with the Chicago Cubs last year, so they would play St. Louis a lot, and that is a great rivalry in the National League Central.
The fastball straight as a string. Jump on it.
Perez 20 RBIs his last 27 games. Had a hit last night.
Got a cutter. He only throws it 4% of the time. Only fastball change.
Weaver was the Cardinals' first-round pick in 2014 out of Florida State. Good baseball school. And fouled off. Matter of fact, he won 15 games, lost only 6 his last 2 years at Florida State with a 2.5 ERA and 31 starts, and then busted onto the scene with St. Louis very well. An 0.94 ERA his first pro month. They loved his command and competitiveness. Plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Weaver works from that extreme first base side of the rubber. How does that to get a better angle?
That's what it's all about, angles. Trying to get a little better edge, and you know, if it works for you mentally, then it works. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then
90% of this game is half mental. That's what Yogi said.
You better believe it. Salvi now, he'll take the ball to right field if you want him to. If you give him something soft out there, he'll go that way. But if you hang something, he'll pull you.
Time was called.
Oh man, that might have been the pitch. Look at that one. 91, center cut middle.
He may have backed off and just thrown it home to continue his delivery after plate umpire Marty Foster backed away and called time.
Could have.
There's a shot to left field, and it is caught by the left fielder Ozuna. Well, the Royals hitting in tough luck right now. They square up a baseball right at an outfielder. Jason Hamill will go for KC when we come back. Cardinals go in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the St. Louis lineup, and they'll lead things off with Dexter Fowler, then go with Matt Carpenter, who has been incredibly hot against Kansas City in his past and has suddenly got hot with a 6-game hit streak. Then Martinez and Marcell Ozuna go 1 through 4. Jason Hamill will make his 10th start this year, looking for his first win.
That's right. You know, you could throw all the numbers out. It's all about today, just like Monty was talking about in the pregame show. Just win, do what you have to do to win today, and that means to execute your pitches. He's got to get through the first inning. That's a big step for him. He's allowed 3 runs in the first inning in each of his last 3 starts. That's a can of corn.
Fowler to center field. Almonte with the catch.
Fastball, slider, curveball, change. He's got the 4 basic, but you got to command him. 6 of the 7 home runs have been on the fastball. So let's be efficient with the slider. Let's see if he can get back with it. You know, Monty was talking about sometimes when you overthrow and you try to do too well with the slider, it just hangs, it doesn't do much. So how about less is more? Don't overthrow the slider. Execute down in the zone. Get back to the basics. The basics are command your fastball, finish guys off with your slider, get out of the first. Talked about that. 3 runs in the first 3 innings in each of the last 3 starts. Can't give the team, the opponent, that kind of lead.
Matt Carpenter with a 6-game hit streak, 13 hits in the last 24 times up. He takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. Matt, notoriously a slow starter. Had a tough beginning in 2017 again this year, but boy, as soon as the weather got warmer, so did Matt. Batting average right now at .210. He went 3 for 4 with a double and a home run last night.
Yeah, he's not worried about bad starts. And Matheny knows about that too. Had a nice playing career. Not going to judge a veteran that has a nice track record on the first 2 months.
Bounces in the dirt.
How did that miss him?
I don't know, boy. He's got quick feet to get out of the way of that one in the dirt. Grabs a handful of dirt. It's like the old days when they didn't wear gloves. They just reach down, grab a handful of dirt, rub their hands together, and drop the dirt. Take that piece of lumber and take a swing.
He's a ball player.
Good pitch by Jason Hamill. Strikes him out. The slider away.
You want that good Royals defense? We'll show it to you. I know Hamill wants it. Forward around the horn, Royals defense. John Jay gets to start in right. You can play him anywhere. He'll get a good jump and catch that ball for you. Amonte gets center. Alex in left field. How about Moose, Escobar, Goins at second, Whitley getting a chance to play first base and catch that ball, and Salvador Perez hopefully puts down the right signs for Hamill tonight.
Yeah, I asked Whit when was the first time he played first base, and he said 2016. And I said, you're the guy who moves around everywhere. And he goes, yeah, but I never played first before 2016 in Little League, in Pony, high school, and college.
Well, you know,
minor leagues.
I asked him earlier in the year when Ned gave him a start over there, well, whose glove are you using? Do you have one of your own? And he goes, no. And I go, man, a guy like you, jack of all, you know, you need to have a first base glove. He says, Moose's glove feels good.
There's a base hit to left field by Jose Martinez. Here's the AARP. Oh, excuse me. This is just the Jason Hamill this year. 9 runs allowed in the first inning, and he has allowed 3 runs in the first inning in each of his last 3 starts. Ball 1. Ozuna has not shown the power yet that he displayed last year when he blasted 37 for the Marlins. All 3 of his home runs have come on the road.
And in not non-crucial situations.
Shallow right center. That's trouble, and it's a base hit. And that's kind of the way it's going. Salvador Perez hits the ball right in the screws, 110 miles an hour. And Ozuna bloops one into center field. They're hot. The Royals are not. Now they'll go after the ultra hot Tyler O'Neill.
This young man, our Kubota stats will show you, has homered in 3 straight games.
The third Canadian-born player to do that. Jeff Heath did it way back in 1938. Most recently, Joey Votto, Cincinnati in 2008.
And that deserves a curtain call on consecutive nights here. So he's been a fan favorite, but you know what? Hamill can get out of this and be good confidence for him. And wouldn't you know, gets first 2 outs, and now they got first and third. Don't give in. Don't give him any runs here.
Big, strong lumberjack from Barnaby, British Columbia.
He reminds me, after watching him last night, of a young Ron Say.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's quite a compliment. Swing and a miss on that Hamill slider, and he was out early today working in center field because he played right field last night, and they're playing him in center this evening.
Yeah, you know what though? That's a good pitch when you fool a guy like that. This is important. He's got to get this out because 5 of 6 St. Louis runs yesterday came after 2 outs and nobody on. Get him.
And now they've got the runner. Oh, they dropped the baseball, and the Cardinals will score.
They had an out. Didn't have it on the batter, but Salvi, look at Martinez was going to go if he had thrown to first base. Moose on the transfer just missed it.
A question for you. Did Sal release the baseball too soon?
No, that's what he wanted to do. He had him committed. All Moose had to do was catch the ball and get it back to him. And Martinez, he was just a little antsy. I mean, he was ready to go on Salvi's throw to first base to get Osuna. Tough break, but you know what? Moose says, you know what? If I give you one, I'll get a couple back for you with my bat.
Slider, he went, and O'Neill is a strikeout victim, but St. Louis scores first with 2 out. We'll be right back. I find interesting, the Cardinals playing really good baseball. They've won 5 of their last 5 games, with Kansas City scoring 43 runs in that span.
Yeah, I agree with you, Fizz. There's no way. If Moose catches that ball and throws it home, he's out. He was caught off base.
Well, I just think the official scorekeeper just gave the athlete credit for making a mistake. That was a base running error. It was not a double steal, but that's what it's called. And here's Whit Merrifield to lead things off in the 2nd inning. Home runs, 16 RBIs. Facing the right-hander Weaver for the first time. He belts that one down the left field line, foul. Wood looking to start a new hit streak. He is 0 for 6 since ending that 12-game streak where he had 21 hits for a 12-game stretch. And he taps that one back to the mound, and Weaver has it. Throws him out. Alex Gordon has seen his batting average drop from over 300 to under 250. His 4 hits in his last 40 times up. He rocks this one to center field and deep. Back goes O'Neill, and it's gone. A home run for Alex Gordon, his 4th this year, and the Royals take the 1-0 lead. Our score now is St. Louis scored on that double steal in that 1st inning.
What a stroke. It was loud too, like that. Look at that, beautiful. 93, bottom of the zone. Ah, bottle that swing up, Alex. That's a beauty. Nicely done. Straight away. O'Neill getting to start in center field, was hoping he could make a catch. Instead, he'll have to go check his forehead for tracer burns.
No. And I still can't believe that the Cardinals scored in that last frame. I didn't give him credit for a run. The blast by Gordon has tied this game, and now Almonte the batter. Ned Yost wanted to give Jorge Soler a little bit of a break. Jorge just 2 hits his last 26 times up, and was swinging at a lot of pitches out of the strike zone last night. For Weaver, that was just the 2nd home run he's allowed to a left-hander. Monte gets a strike. Home run number 164. Alex's excellent Royals career. Strike in there. Weaver gets his first strikeout of the night.
Check out the stat cast of Alex Gordon's bomb. Look at that, straight as a string. Can't hit a ball any better. Dead center field. Oh, nicely done. Great head position, one hand follow through, and I guarantee you he barely felt that. When you hit a ball like that, oh, that's a sweet feeling.
It just jumped off his bat.
Good sound. Good lift for Hamill.
Mercedes Escobar drops one into right field. The Royals have their 3rd hit of the night. If the Royals hit a triple in tonight's game, the Kansas City Honda dealers will make a $1,000 donation to the Kansas City Major League Baseball Urban Youth Academy.
Would love to see it.
Jason Hamill, he does have a home run in his career. He also has driven in 21. Royals got a base hit from pitcher Ian Kennedy last night.
First hit in 3 years. How about that?
Hamill reaching for it, punches it foul near the Cardinals dugout. Yeah, I think Kennedy's exit velocity was, what did we have it at, HUD, about 95?
97.
97.
And it was so good and well struck, he almost got thrown out at first.
That's right.
Didn't get a chance to see him today to talk about that, but I know that that would have broke his heart had he got thrown out.
Man.
Check out Weaver. He's got nice lean body, 3/4 arm slot. Good pitch there, finished it.
But Alex Gordon ties the game with a long home run to dead center field.
Down here right next to the Royals dugout at Busch Stadium, and this is the opposite dugout from the one that John Jay spent so much time in. From 2010 to 2015, Matt Holliday played the most games in the outfield for the Cardinals, 772. Then it was John Jay, 685. Carlos Beltran, a distant third. He had over 2,300 at-bats with the Cardinals. Talking to their manager, Mike Matheny, he said, John Jay, he is a pro. Their hitting coach also said the same thing as he told me. A pro, a winning player, does whatever he is asked, knows the game, good with teammates. You win with players like John Jay, and that, Fizz, is the reason, not a superstar, why he has had so many ovations here in St. Louis.
67 postseason games, over 200 at-bats in the postseason, so he is extremely seasoned in that area.
You can't get a better compliment. Somebody calls you a pro, that means you go about your business the right way.
Colton Wong back in there. He hits one high in the air to right center field. Jay right in front of Abraham Almonte for out number 1.
Fans, purchase 20 or more tickets for a single game and receive a 20% discount. Group tickets are available for all home games, and groups of 20 or more can save big. Call 816-504-4040 or email groupsales@royals.com to start planning your next big event.
Now Jairo Munoz. Royals and Cardinals tied at 1. And there's a base hit to right field by Munoz. He was acquired from Oakland in that Stephen Piscotty deal. Piscotty was able to go home to be with his mom, who is ailing with ALS and just passed away this month.
Young man's got a lot of potential. That shortstop just got that base hit. He's got some big personality to go with the potential. Flashy player.
Well, they had to bring him up because of the injury to the shortstop Paul DeYoung.
Good for him. He got himself a big league knock.
Now Pena. We had a pretty good swing on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball up. The Royals have turned 3 double plays behind Hamill this year. Francisco had success against the Royals when he was a member of the Baltimore Orioles. He had a game where he belted 2 home runs in one contest. Strong right-handed batter. And he breaks his bat and bloops that one into center field. So fortune right now smiling on the Cardinals. And Almonte tried to throw behind, and Goins has to leap high to keep it from going errant.
Yeah, a lot of soft hit bloopers, jam shots so far early off Hamill, but look, you can't worry about those. Just continue to keep your focus.
St. Louis offense has been picking it up lately. That's scored now 30 runs in their last 4+ games. Luke Weaver, pitcher, has been successful this year sacrificing. He has also been successful swinging the bat, 3 for 14.
With 1 out, typically you'll ask the pitcher to bunt. Then you allow the leadoff man, Fowler, you allow him to try to knock him in. We'll see what Matheny lets him do.
And he gets the bunt down. Only play is first. Sal throw him out. Weaver does a nice job in the sacrifice as the base runners advance to second and third.
All right, he knows his job. Square it plenty of times so you can get the barrel up. Look at his knees bent. That's proper. Bend those knees. Get down low so you can see that ball. Lead runner, make sure it's on the ground before you go. Salvi, make sure you get one for sure. You got to get it out there. 2 outs, getting a little love for that, moving the runners over. Hopefully Hamill will take care of Fowler here.
Dexter off to a slow start in the batting average department, although the power RBI numbers have been there. 5 home runs, 18 driven in.
And, you know, he's a veteran player, too. I don't think Matheny's too concerned, although that 160 average coming into this game is the lowest average in the majors among qualified hitters, so it's not the best start for him.
Well, he had a slow start last year. Stands up in the box a bit. A strike call. But the end result was, once he got hot, he finished with a strong season, hit 264 with 18 home runs last year. Munoz at third, Pena at second.
He's been 185 with a runner in scoring position. Pop him up again.
Tried to check his swing, but he went. The count 1-2. So this was the count where I thought the key moment was last night. 2 out. Kennedy, nobody on. Matt Carpenter flares one into left field. After that, 4-run score. A 1-2 pitch where you think he had him fooled, but Carpenter just kind of served it into left field.
That's how you battle. That's how you win games. Look at this strikeout here. 4.5 strikeouts. Keep the slider down. Good setup
first.
Good setup there.
Fouled off. So Hamill has got back-to-back fastballs after getting him to check swing on a slider.
Bury the slider. Don't leave it up. That's the whole key. Don't leave that thing up, because it's been getting hit around this year. 313 average. And that's because the hitter's seeing it. Eye high. There you go.
Well, like you said, he did bury it. You go back the last 4 years, and he's always had success. That has been his money pitch, much more than his fastball. I mean, in 2015, opponents only hit 165 off his slider. 2016, 188. Last year, 243, and this year, 313. Seventh pitch of the at-bat is right now. Swings and misses and strikes out on the slider. Great job by Jason Hamill. We head to the third, tied at 1 with John Jay coming up.
That's how you make the pitch right there.
It's his major league leading 16th home run tonight versus the Tampa Bay Rays. He is some kind of marvelous player. Hitting .365 starting the night. That led the American League in batting. Now leading the league in home runs, and that's just having an MVP type season. John Jay will lead things off for Kansas City. As Joe told you, John played with the Cardinals from 2010 through 2015. Helped them win their last World Championship in 2011. That's when they beat the Texas Rangers.
Got a little slider first pitch. John Jay laced the first pitch last time up to left field.
Pulls this one to the right side. Colton Wong will throw him out. Our Toyota League leaders, National League earned run average leaders, well, they're the Cardinals at 2.96. The Astros have been unbelievable. They might have the best rotation in the game. And right now there's been a little bit of a debate if they have the greatest starting rotation in the history of the game, which I always think is unfair when you've only played 7 weeks of the season. But that combination of Verlander, Keuchel, McCullers, Charlie Morton, Garrett Cole, Mike Maddox is the pitching coach for St. Louis. It's a line drive towards left and right at the left fielder Ozuna for out number 2. The top 3 American League earned run average leaders are all on the same team, with Justin Verlander 1.05 ERA, Garrett Cole 1.75, Charlie Morton 1.94. I tell you, the Cardinals 68 team was pretty good. Bob Gibson that year with a 1.12 ERA. Moose gets to the left field down the line and beyond the reach of third baseman Matt Carpenter.
How many teams do you think you'd like to have a Bob Gibson?
Oh,
30.
You know, from what I understand, Tim McCarver asked Bob Gibson and Steve Carlton to meet Luke Weaver last Saturday, and Gibson and Carlton were showing him the slider grip.
Wow.
Bob had 2 pitches, fastball, slider. He didn't need anything else.
He had a third pitch too, a neck ball.
That's a good point.
That spoke volumes for that time in that era. Too bad he missed that. Good swing.
Mike flies out to right. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, tied at 1.
All military families.
Here in St. Louis, new Busch Stadium, debuted in 2006. The Cardinals beat Milwaukee that night 6-4. Here's the AARP take on today. Matt Carpenter has been outstanding against Kansas City pitching. .380 average in his career. 10 doubles, and he belted his 6th home run last night.
So I talked to him before the game. I said, when you see that team from across the state in blue come to the ballpark here, do you just start to get excited a little bit? He said, what I thought, whenever you see a team come to town that you've had success with, it automatically turns on the hit switch. And that's exactly what it is. I told you, confidence is the main thing. And it doesn't matter how good you're going or bad you're going. If you're facing a pitcher that night that you've had success off of, or a team that brings your confidence up. And sometimes that's all a hitter needs. Or a performer. If you're a pitcher and you do well against a certain team, doesn't always mean it's going to happen, but believe it.
Carpenter has not had much success against Jason Hamill. With that fly out to center field, he's now 3 for 29 against the Royals right-hander. Jose Martinez lined a single to left field his first time up, and he would later come around to score on what they would call a double steal, even though it was a base running mistake. And the Royals misplayed the rundown, and they ruled it a double steal.
It was his first steal of the year. Hometown call. Hang with him.
You'd like to see Jason Hamill getting early count outs.
Exactly. Good for him. Just getting through this early part of this game with no damage.
Just got to keep competing.
Yeah, the worm has got to turn for him.
You know, with the exception of the 3rd inning in his last start, he didn't pitch that badly. Went 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, but 3 of them in the first. No walks, 2 strikeouts, and now facing Ozuna. Chops went up the middle for his 2nd hit. Batting average begins to climb up over the 250 mark. Tyler O'Neill is struck out. His first time up. Runner in scoring position. 7 hits in his last 13 times up.
Ozuna's 2 for 2 in steals. They like to run on Hamill. Has a high leg kick.
Base hit right field, and they're getting a lot of hits to the opposite field. Going to 3rd is Ozuna, so 2 on with 2 out, and O'Neill stays hot.
Okay, fastball, easy does it right there. Just nice and easy. Ozuna, he's able to shift gears and get into 3rd base. There are 2 outs. Hamill's same like last inning. He's got to finish the deal here.
Colton Wong popped up to right field. Only hitting 160 with runners in scoring position, but that's history. First pitch in. Wong, now a veteran, to the University of Hawaii. A good 20 feet off the line, but even with the bag at 3rd. Two and 0.
You know his heart's aching. The volcano there in his homeland. What that's doing to that island is unbelievable.
Now a 3-0 count for left-handed batting Colton Wong. Rookie Jairo Munoz is next. Wong takes a strike. Swings and loops it towards third, and picked off by Mike Moustakas, and Hamill gets out of trouble here in the third inning.
Nicely done. Ball's not carrying to left.
Brought to you by Ram, powered by Ram trucks built to serve. Kiss cam is on, I guess.
Talk about power. Let's check out Salvi here. Salvi stepping in that box. Maybe he can give one a ride.
He absolutely crushed one, 110 miles an hour last time up.
Oh, he was all over it.
Right at the light, right left fielder Marcell Ozuna.
Ooh, man.
Had a good rip on that offering at 87.
He was looking to ambush first pitch.
He's always played well against the Cardinals, hitting .339 with a couple of home runs.
He took CC Sabathia deep. That was the last time. That was on the 18th. It's not like he's overdue, but he's a threat every time. Now 0-2. See what Weaver gives him.
The Royals have been in a little bit of a rut offensively last 4 games, averaging just 2.3 runs per game, hitting .189 as a team. Just 1 home run, and there's a swing and a miss by Perez, and that is the 3rd strikeout for Luke Weaver.
Pepsi, the fan favorite for every generation, celebrating 50 years of Royals baseball.
Now Merrifield and Weaver stepped off. Apparently a ball fell onto the field in left field, so umpires called time until it was recovered. Witt's had a tough time against right-handed pitchers like Luke Weaver this year. Even though his batting average overall is good, up near .290, only hitting right around .210 against right-handers. Down low. Right-handers only batting .188 against Weaver.
Tells me he's got pretty good breaking ball. Now that changeup, he'll throw it to both lefties and righties.
was first called up to the big leagues 2 years ago in August of 2016 to replace injured starter Michael Wacha. First batter he faced was his now teammate Dexter Fowler, and he struck him out.
Changeup didn't work. See if he comes back with a heater. Whitley's last homer was on the 14th of this month against Tampa Bay.
Off the plate. Favorable hitters count for Merrifield.
Batter, take your base.
That's high, ball 4. So the first walk issued by Luke Weaver, and I have a feeling Merrifield might be aggressive early in the count.
Yeah, and you know what? I saw some respect there. 3-2. Throws him a cutter up and away out of the box. He wasn't about to groove him a heater.
Well, last year, Witt led the American League in stolen bases with 34, and the leader, D. Gorgeous, was placed on the disabled list today because of a broken toe.
Let's see what kind of time. Yeah, he's quick feet over there on his move. That's what you want. You want to see his move, see what he's got. Mitch Meyer over there, first base coach. He's got a stopwatch, and he's going to time him from when he breaks his hold to the ball pops in the catcher's glove. Looks like he's got quick feet. He's athletic. Martinez looks a little awkward throwing the ball back to the pitcher. He's got 6 errors. Might be a tough chance to steal on him. I got 1.2. You know, anything 1.2, you got to get a good jump. Anything over 1.3, 1.35, you got a pretty good chance to steal the base.
So would you go on first movement?
Yeah, I'm not going to go right here with Alex, and he just hit a homer. I'm going to kind of maybe pick my spots, but remember, the double play's been wearing out the Royals this year, so they might send him.
Well, he's fallen behind Alex. 2 balls and no strikes.
And there is no overshift on Alex here, so he can hit that hole between first and second basemen.
Blasted a home run to dead center, his first time up with 1 out in the 2nd inning. Now we're in the 4th, 1 out and 1 on.
He thinks he might go. That oven mitten on Whitley's left hand, for those of you who don't know what that is, that's a sliding guard. It protects the fingers, and there's a steel plate in there for the wrist.
Remember, he got hit on that left hand yesterday where it pinched between the knob of the bat, the palm of his hand. Swing and a miss on a 2-0 count.
Got change up there, pulled the string. Alex trying to hit that hole. Get Whitley over there to third base. Mike Trout wears the same oven mitten, except it's red.
It's great because you can pick up a tea kettle with it. Baked beans, soup.
You could.
There's a base hit to right field. Witt had to freeze for a moment.
All right, that was the right idea, though. Yeah, you know, you can't get doubled up. He had to lock him up for a little bit. Alex hit it hard, and there's a 2-hit game for Alex. Nicely done. But you could see they weren't playing him on that overshift, and we've talked about the Cardinals don't shift all that much.
Now the switcher hitter Almonte, who struck out looking his first time up. Two on, 1 out.
Be ready. First good fastball you see, go with it. Knock a run in. Gotta be aggressive. That's a belt high heater. Jump on it. Doesn't have to be a ball right down the middle.
And particularly playing in a National League ballpark with the pitcher spot just 2 away.
That's what I'm talking about. Be aggressive. Take it to your opponent. You got to beat them. You can't just fall into it. It's the mindset. Be ready. He could have jumped him out of the yard with a good easy swing on that pitch. That was elevated, belt high.
They're worried about Witt stealing third. He's done that successfully several times this year.
Okay, and if you're Alex and Martinez, the first baseman, is way off. So you want to go with him. Stay out of the double play. They're holding him awfully close.
Look how close Munoz is playing now.
And Weaver's quick home. Too bad.
Caught by the second baseman Wong. Boy, the Royals have had a lot of atom balls lined out to St. Louis fielders.
Yeah, nice try. Look, he was ready. He was ready for that next good fastball he saw. Okay, he missed the first one and took it, but this one here, that had money all over it until he hit it the wrong place, the wrong guy. Showing some hops.
Perez with a line out to end the first with the runner in scoring position. Goins with a line out to left in the third. Now Almonte trying to shoot one to right field and score Merrifield and give the Royals the lead. Lines out.
What though? They're competing.
Yep.
They're competing better tonight offensively.
Strike one. Started Escobar off with that little cut fastball. He worked Escobar away last time up. Esky just tossed it into right field for a hit. Ball and a strike. The pitcher spot next.
His fastball's averaging 93, but his changeup, curve, and cut fastball are all in the 80s, low 80s, all the same speed. You know, when you're hitting a situation like this with a pitcher on deck, you got to widen your zone a little bit and knock in the run or two, and really, if you can, try not to take any strikes, because you're counting on your experience as a hitter versus the pitcher's experience as a hitter. They don't hit, and if you don't hack, it's hard to get back.
I know what you were doing. You were thinking from the pitcher. They're not going to send you back if you can pitch.
No, but if you don't hit, you don't practice hitting, it's hard to hit. So, man, you got to count on Esky to drive it in here. 3-1 count. Anything close, be swinging.
That might have been the best pitch he's going to see, because he still doesn't have to give in with a base open and the pitcher coming up next. Escobar taking his time getting back in, perhaps thinking that Weaver's taking an enormous time in between pitches, so he stepped out.
I don't bet he gets a heater. It's going to be something off speed. Pitcher on deck.
Escobar rips it to left. That's a base hit. In comes Merrifield. Gordon will be held at third. Boy, they threw him a fat pitch with the pitcher spot coming up next.
Nicely done. Esky was waiting. That's what they need. And it was an off-speed pitch, but it hung. It was right there. It was a changeup. And he mislocated, and that's the whole key. When they miss, you don't. Poor throw by Ozuna. But Jersley wasn't expecting that, or else they could have sent Gordon. See if Hamilton can help himself here.
Strike one. The Royals have their first lead of this series. They lost yesterday 6-0. Miles Michaelis with his first major league shutout. Fouled off. Trying to get Jason to chase upstairs. He did not. The man keeps that rosin on the bill of his cap.
Yeah, I remember the defense, you know, playing in the outfield when a pitcher would come up in the National League. They want the right fielder to come in, way in and towards the line. KC doinks one out that way. Not this time.
Instead, a swing and a miss, but a clutch 2-out base hit by Alcides Escobar gives the Royals a 2-1 lead.
Courtesy of KC State Company. The first 20,000 fans through the gate receive one before the Royals take on the A's at 1:15. Put me in line. I want one. Fizz, you want one?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, we got a save with 2 outs from that gentleman, Alcides Escobar. Now we need one from Kelvin Herrera. Refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com/saves to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save.
That's where I do my shopping, Fizz.
Me too. And last time Herrera was out there was on Friday. Really a great game, a terrific victory by the Royals over the New York Yankees. And Herrera nailed down that save with a perfect ninth.
We're due. So let's just hold on. We need to get some more runs.
Only in the bottom of the 4th here, and Jairo Munoz will lead things off. The 23-year-old rookie out of the Dominican Republic. At 287 down in the minor leagues, and we told you when DeYoung went down with the injury, Munoz called up. He was 3 for 21, but got a hit his first time up. He takes a big rip and a Hamill, offering strike one.
Yep, he'll chase. That's what they say about him, but he's got some pop and a nice future ahead of him. 5-tool potential. Jairo Munoz. There you go. Well, hadn't seen Hamill slider.
Nope.
Stay with it.
Hamill saying, I know you're looking for the fastball, so you're not getting it.
That's what he got last time up. Base hit to the right field.
fastball away, try to get him to chase. Up the middle. That was a slider he hung that caught too much of the plate, and Munoz is 2 for 2. Time for our sprint trivia question. Name the 5 players to appear in 250 plus games with both the Royals and the Cardinals.
I mean, how about 3 of the 5 players? We got to name all 5.
I guess we have to name all 5.
Uncle.
How about Lonnie Smith? I asked you a question, sir. What about Lonnie Smith?
That's a good call.
Popped up by Pena, and Moose will grab it.
Jose Oquendo, the third base coach. I was watching him when that ball was up. Munoz, the rookie first baseman, he took off to second base like it was going to fall in and giving Oquendo a heart attack. Oquendo, he's a beauty. Look at him. There he goes. Oh, he was stealing. There you go. He's got some speed. Oquendo, he's an excellent infield instructor, third base coach / third base coach, but was a heck of a second baseman in his day.
Bunt try by Weaver, who was successful dropping a bunt to move the runners back in inning number 2. How about Darryl Porter? Catcher Darryl Porter.
Yeah, I think you.
Why are you looking in the radio booth?
I'm just. Are we in discussion mode right here?
Go ahead. Darryl Porter's one of them.
Throw one of them out there, and the other, Lonnie Smith. Throw him out there.
Okay,
2. Okay, we got
3
2
more. I need help from you.
I'm looking next door for Ryan and Denny for a little help. Let's go. They got 10 guys in the truck. We can use some help from them.
Mark Littell was a pitcher. Weaver's still going to try and bunt with 2 strikes, or will he? Now he brings the bat back. Hamill brings the pitch, and it's swung on and missed, and the base runner is out. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Nicely done. Salvi couldn't wait to add to his totals. Check it out. Foot's there, okay? Looks like Esky's blocking the bag with the foot.
I like that.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Salvador Perez, he could be 5 for 8 if they're not going to challenge it, and they're not. Nicely done. Salvi hosed him out. That's right. I'll tell you, Salvi couldn't wait. He saw this young man take off, and look at the tag. That was a nice tag. That was Munoz. He saw him go earlier, and he couldn't wait. Look at the pop time. That's great. That's the time from when it pops in his glove till he gets to Escobar. Quick hands. Look at the transfer. Oh, that was special. Munoz, you got to go.
Well, how about this? Can it be a manager played in 250 or was in 250? Like, okay,
Wait,
I was thinking Whitey. Five for 8, boy. How about that? 63%.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
You know,
Ground ball right side, along with a nice play.
he wants to do his best to win the goal back. Whatever motivates you.
Now Ryan Goins, who sacrificed his first time up, and it was ruled safe as if he had a hit, and then the next time up he lined out. He did sacrifice, though, John Jay to second base, but Moustakas popped up and Perez lined out. Swing and a miss. You know, unfortunately, they throw that trivia question out there, and you spend more time thinking about the trivia than you do focusing on the game. Ryan Goins swings and misses and strikes out. Trivia question once again: name the 5 players to appear in 250 plus games with both the Royals and the Cardinals. So 250 with KC, 250 plus with St. Louis. We've got 2 so far, Darryl Porter and Lonnie Smith. Vince Coleman? Hud?
Yeah, you know what? That could be.
Okay, let's throw it out there. Vince Coleman. Oh, rats.
So much for our exhaustive research.
Mike Moustakas has popped up, flied out to right field. He takes a rip at Luke Weaver. Fastball at 94 miles an hour. And Weaver makes quick work of the Royals in the 5th. Gets a couple of strikeouts in the process. Jason Hamill so far that you like?
Well, I think the biggest thing is he's made some big pitches in situations where he's really needed to put out a little bit of a rally and keeping the the Cardinals at bay. Obviously got the run on the double steal, which I don't know if I really totally agree with that or not, but he's done a really nice job at controlling damage. And that's one thing a lot of the starting pitchers have had troubles with lately, are those big innings.
Yeah, that's our Peachy Ranch stats that you just saw a look at with what Jason Hamill has done today. Right now, 4 innings of 1-run baseball. There's a swing and a miss. So Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, and Monty. Really well pitched game by both sides. Luke Weaver is the dynamic young kid from Florida State who has had such a good changeup.
Yeah, we knew he had a great changeup coming in, and sure enough, he's come as advertised. I think it's hard, though. A lot of times you see a guy for the first time, you haven't had a lot of experience against a particular pitcher, especially when he's got a changeup. Really difficult to stay back at times.
And I've also seen several good curveballs from Jason Hamill as well.
Yeah, and I think Jason's been a guy who's tried to maybe be a little creative on the mound at times, and he's always had that slider, but sometimes mixing in the more two-seamers and using the curveball, using the changeup. I think just trying to be as creative as possible, but he's always going to be a guy that goes back to that slider in a big pitch.
Well, he has a slider situation here. The 0-2 is barely outside with the slider. And now a 1-2 count to Dexter Fowler, who is 0 for 2 with a flyout and strikeout. Low average, with 5 home runs. Again, a close pitch. Not missing by much.
It's helped too that the Cardinals have been making some early countouts on him, Monty.
No doubt about that, and that's something the pitchers love it, especially first batter of an inning. You get an out on 1 or 2 pitches. It just seems like it really sets up the inning to be one where you're not going to expend a lot of pitches. And even if you do give up a hit or 2 later, which you've seen Jason do in each of these innings, you haven't used a lot of pitches, or you still got something left in the tank.
And he helped himself out with that strike him out, throw him out double play that ended the 4th. We had Fowler down 0-2. Pulled to the right side. Goins. 1 out. Could you also help us with something, Monty? Could you help us with the players, 5 players,
trivia,
250 plus games with both St. Louis and Kansas City? You guessed correctly Lonnie Smith and Darryl Porter. I also guessed incorrectly Vince Coleman. Your thoughts?
How about Greg Jeffries? I don't know if he had that many games or not.
That's a good call. Let's guess it. Is it Greg Jeffries?
No, they say.
Okay, we got 1 more strike.
Now Matt Carpenter, who is 0 for 2.
How about Carlos Beltran?
Oh, that's right. He was at Kauffman Stadium. He visited us in the booth.
We need 2 more, Fizz. Monty, come on, help us out here. They beat us last night with Albert Pujols, another one we could have gotten.
For discussion purposes only, have you guys talked about Gary Gaetti?
I didn't know Gary
not
had that many games with St. Louis.
I'm just thinking of guys that played on both teams during my era. Scott Cooper played on both teams during my era.
250 games.
Yeah.
I was thinking somebody back in the 70s, the early 70s, that was with Kansas City. I know Cookie Rojas came from the Philadelphia Phillies.
Cookie Rojas?
No, he came from the Phils to the Royals. He may have started out with St. Louis, but was in the minor leagues and sent to Philadelphia, and that's where he got his break.
It wasn't Cookie Rojas?
I don't think so.
I like Monty, who'd you say?
Well, I just threw out a couple names, just guys that I played with that I knew came from the Cardinals. Scott Cooper. You know, Gaetti played on both teams.
I like Gaetti. He was an everyday player. We have one more strike. Monty, he's your guy. You throw it out there.
I'm stumped otherwise.
All right, we're going with Gaetti. Ding, 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 ding. Where'd he go, Monty? We got one more.
One more.
Yeah, he was an everyday player. Cooper, I don't know.
That ball lined to the first baseman, Whit Merrifield. So Matt Carpenter is the second man out, and that will bring Jose Martinez. Name the 5 players to appear in 250-plus games with both the Royals and the Cardinals.
Have you asked for a hint if it's all position players or any pitchers?
You know, I was thinking Mark Littell, but how does a pitcher get 250 games?
It has to be a
one
position
team,
player.
and then 250. That's a lot of games. That was my only debate there. How about Rick Ankiel? Nope.
No, he didn't play 250 for Kansas City.
Only part of one season.
Okay. Oh, and he came too far inside and clipped Jose Martinez. So 1 on with 2 out.
See this pitch going to get inside, get away a little bit. Officially a rip ball right there, Hud.
Nothing wrong with that, Monty.
We haven't seen a lot of it this year.
You've delivered a few of those. I've received a few of them. Sometimes it's a good pitch.
Especially if you're a slider guy, you got to own the outside part of the plate. Sometimes hitters get a little aggressive going out, trying to take your pitch away from you. You got to own the inside.
Exactly. And then the how you sell it to me is important. You know, if you do get a guy on purpose, and no one's going to know unless you make a mistake and say something, but you just hold your glove up and ask for another ball. And you don't shrug your shoulders. You don't put your hands out like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You don't do that. You just say, you just give me another ball.
Next batter, please.
Yeah, and let the hitter think. Did he do that on purpose?
I was thinking of Orlando Cepeda, but he only played 1 year with the Royals.
Okay, who are our answers? Fizz, who are
we
our
have
answers?
Lonnie Smith, Darryl Porter, Gaetti. Oh, flared to right center field. They've had several of these, and it hits in no man's land in first and third for St. Louis.
I think we should go with Cookie Rojas, Fizz. I don't know, Monty. What do you think, bud?
I'm very stumped. Stumped this jump.
I guess Cookie Rojas. It's not it. No.
Well.
Kid has been extremely hot. Tyler O'Neill.
Oh,
Felix
man.
Jose. Oh my gosh.
I played with him.
I would not
here.
have guessed that.
That is my fault because I just was talking about him earlier today.
Really?
Monty, shake yourself. We let them have another one.
This is where Hamill really needs to bear down. He has him 0-2. Monty, what do you think Jason should do with the kid?
Well, he's been really good with the slider. And I think the first at bat, when he was able to bury that slider down and away, get him to chase a little bit. You cannot afford to make a mistake in this situation. Very critical AB.
He struck him out with the slider.
Monty, can you hang with us for another half inning?
You got
Well,
it.
he hung with Jose for a while. Felix Jose. Dead center field home run. Alcides Escobar with a clutch 2-out base hit that drove in the go-ahead run. Jason Hamill coming up with a critical strikeout with runners on the corners and 2 out to end the 5th. So the Royals still with a 2-1 lead going to the top of the 6th inning. Perez is 0 for 2, lining out and striking out. And that ball is hit well deep to left center field. That's a way back, and it's a way gone. Home run, and the Royals lead it 3-1.
Okay, we knew it could happen. He's been swinging. We told him, Monty, he took CC Sabathia deep this past weekend, so it's not like he's overdue. But we know with that potential, he lined the first ball of the night out there for an out. And this little breaking ball, get me over slider. Mo Lottery shows you he got every bit of that.
And Sharon Bernal from Shawnee, Kansas is buying tonight, because this is our Sonic Slam inning. And Sharon, you just won yourself $1,500. Now, Sharon, if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park in this inning, you will win $25,000. How about that? First pitch. Sharon, I didn't even get the read before Salvi gave you a nice check for $1,500.
Some cake, Fizz.
Sonic and the Royals.
Cake's a term ball players use for money.
Yep.
That'll work.
Did you guys notice Blaine Boyer on the home run? He gave a little gallery clap out there. He was not phased at all. He was just kicking back, watching the ball sail into the bullpen. Oh, I love the little gallery clap we got.
Didn't notice. They know it's a long way to go.
There's Boyer on the left.
That's well struck.
That's nice.
Hey, Monty, you've been down in that bullpen for much of your life. How can a guy like Blaine Boyer, who's been around the wars, he's been with countless other ball clubs, how can he help, particularly for really young relievers out there?
Well, I think it's important to understand, what your position, what your role is on a team, and really this team. And Hud, you and I were talking about this, in the open, the importance of coming to the ballpark every day, finding a way to win a baseball game. And everybody has their own way to contribute. And sometimes it's being in that bullpen and mentoring and trying to help educate and school some of the younger guys. Got a lot of guys who made their major league debuts down there this year, so they need a little help. It's easy, especially when things are going really well, particularly for a relief pitcher. When things are scuffling, when you're having difficulties, that's when you need guys like Blaine Boyer to step up and pat you on the back, keep you going, getting you ready for that game, today's game, and forgetting about yesterday's game and worrying about what you're going to do today to get back on track.
Better believe it, Monty.
What could you do when you were a veteran pitcher with the Royals and were going through some difficult years, as Alex Gordon comes up with his 3rd hit of the night, and all 3 have been well struck? But I wanted to ask you, let's say you're a veteran pitcher in the Royals bullpen and they call up some minor leaguers. How could you help? Would you go down and sit next to that guy and talk about the game?
Well, the way you help is like you go out and you have your struggles, and whether you're successful or you have your struggles. But if you have your struggles, you come to the ballpark the next day, you prepare exactly the same way you did when you were on top of the world. You prepare. We've seen this with Alex Gordon for years. A guy who leads by example. He goes out and does what it takes on a daily basis to be in the best position to help his team win a ball game that given night.
And it starts too as early as these guys get to the ballpark now. We used to show up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, go get our unis on and go stretch. Nowadays they're showing up, especially on the road, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and so that's a good time to mentor. I always used to like it first thing when I walked in. I'd walk around, I'd make my rounds, not kind of like a manager does, but I would go around and I'd see who's hanging their head, and you already know who's been getting beat. You know who's been struggling. So I'd always go walk around that guy, and if his head was down, I'd say, "Hey, bud, is everything okay? Is your family all right?" "Yeah." "Oh, you look like you're a little bit down. Is there a reason?"
Whoa.
Watch out.
That was on the fastball too. Usually that's on the off speed.
if the player would say, yeah, well, you know, I'm struggling, I'm getting beat, well, I'd go, well, welcome to the club. Get your head up or you'll get beat again. Let's go. Come on, we got action. We got to move forward here. Don't forget about yesterday. And that's little things like that. Check it out. Watch out, this bat boy here. He's ducking. He's getting out of there. Two and one count. That fastball, you know, Salvi hit the little roller, looked like a little slider that just rolled up there. Almonte's got some pop. This is a good yard to hit homers in.
There's one and two. Royals holding their hand up. They think Almonte may have been safe. And he says nope. So we'll take a commercial break here. The Royals, though, jump Luke Weaver on a home run by Salvador Perez and now take a 3-1 lead over the St. Louis Cardinals. They got their third on this, a breaking ball from Luke Weaver, and Salvador Perez did not miss. His home run number 7 on the year. And this is our Crickets smile. Yeah.
Hold her steady. Hamill's got a lead. Keep it.
Jason will work Wong, Munoz, and Pena here in the bottom of the 6th. His pitch efficiency has been very good. Only 66 pitches, 67, I beg your pardon, through 5 innings.
Yeah, no, early count outs is very pitch efficient. Nice job.
And he has not had one clean 1-2-3 inning.
You know, earlier when Wong was up, I was telling you about he's got a fundraiser going for a lot of his homies in his homeland there in Hawaii for the volcano, and he has a GoFundMe page for Hawaii natural disasters. He started at May 7th and he's raised $60,000 so far, folks. If you feel obligated, go ahead and help. It's unbelievable, that natural disaster they got going there. Hawaii
so
natural disasters.
Neighborhoods have had to be evacuated because of the hurricane and the lava pouring out. My goodness, that is a scary situation. Bunt try, Hamill up, and he got him.
Excellent play. Wong saw it wide open. Moose was back. All he had to do was get it on the line. He did a little too close to the pitcher. Look at this. Bare hand, go down, didn't panic. Took his time. It's exactly what you do. Make sure that you get it. Don't rush.
Royals made one fielding mistake, and it resulted in the St. Louis run in the first. Official scorekeeper ruled it a double steal. And there's now a base hit by Munoz, who is 3 for 3. And where did he come from? He was 2 for 20 coming into this game. Now 3 for 3.
He's raking. Maybe they'll let him steal again, or try to. Salvi gunned him last time. A little strike him out, throw him out.
Pena singled his first time up, popped up to third. Does not go, and the pitch is taken for strike one. Bader has moved to the on-deck circle. Brett Cecil forming in the St. Louis pen. Ball, one strike. Hamill was able to work out of a 2-out, 2-on jam in the second, in the third, and again in the fifth. Now a runner at first with 1 out.
Creative moments you'll remember forever with the Royals Memories program. Download the MLB Ballpark app now and choose from unique experiences that give you access to the field. Watch batting practice next to the pros, deliver the game ball to the mound, or take in a fireworks show from the outfield grass. See full list of experiences on the Ballpark app on your mobile device.
Tight and a 2-2 count. He's made several good pitches keeping them down, and perhaps if he can get Pena to roll one over to a Royal infielder, the Royals could get 2 outs on 1 pitch.
That would be nice, but Hamill's a fly ball pitcher. That's typical for him, although he has induced 3 ground ball double plays this season coming into this game at 53 innings pitched.
Slider was left up a bit.
Yeah, you could tell by the way Hamill kind of shrugged his shoulders. He was like, "Whoo, got away from one with one there." Winless in his last 13 starts.
September 6th at Detroit. That was his last victory.
He's due to win.
We're down. Salvi bluffs a throw to first base. So now it's 3-2, and they may send the runner Munoz to try and stay out of that double play.
So why not do it again? Strike him out, throw him out for the second time.
It ended the fourth.
Yeah, Hamill's got to give him a good pitch, maybe a heater away.
Runner does go. The pitch is swung and missed. Throw by Salvi
He did.
is in time.
Nicely done. How about that? Hamill with a quick pitch. He helped Salvi. Oh, that was sweet. Salvi picked it. He picked it. I believe it was in the dirt. Stay hot. Salvador Perez driving the bus offensively and defensively. Look at that pick. Oh, nice tag too by Goins. Now, mainly the bus driver provides the runs and knocks them in, but how about the defensive skills? How about the pop time? From glove to glove, look at that. That was a pick. That ball bounced a foot in front of the plate, and he's able to pick and throw. That was special. Hold on, fellas. Just hold on. Hamill with the helmet on is a good sign. That means you're going to leave him in. He's worked hard.
Right now it is Escobar to lead things off, and Esky pops it up right side. Martinez gives way to Colton Wong, who makes the catch. And 1 out. You're right. Here comes Jason. Royals do have a day game tomorrow. It'll be Jacob Junis throwing for Kansas City and Michael Wacha for the Cardinals. Punches one to Wong. He'll throw him out. Tim Hill, the left-hander, and Brad Keller, the right-hander. John Jay 1 for 3, singled his first time up, last 2 times up, grounded out to second. Weaver's had very good command throughout the evening. He's walked just 1, and And that one scored the go-ahead run. Merrifield on when Escobar doubled.
He's pitched a nice game.
Fouled off.
Can't tell you how fresh it is, Fizz, to see the nets in these ballparks extending past the dugouts. We see so many foul balls that the nets have stopped to save our fans. What a blessing! What a breath of fresh air.
How about the check swing when Abraham Almonte lost the bat and it spun around?
Yeah,
and was caught in
the
net.
bats, the balls. I mean, really, mainly the balls, though. I mean, the balls, they go at a high velocity. People, I've heard from people at the K say, "Man, I can stay on my phone. I don't have to worry." Good pitch.
There was Weaver with a solid outing, but gives up 3, and the Royals holding them down. 3-1 leaders, KC. Ford going further so you can. Here in St. Louis, Missouri, the Royals with a 3-1 lead over at Busch Stadium. Jason Hamill still out there. He's pitching the bottom of the 7th inning, and he will face a pinch hitter, Harrison Bader, who was in the on-deck circle, but when the Royals got to strike him out, throw him out double play, they gave Weaver 1 more inning.
Bader 1 for 9 this year off of Matheny's bench as a pinch hitter. Check it out. You know what?
360 on base percentage, pretty good.
How about the 3 home runs already as a pinch hitter? That'll work.
Alex lays out and makes a marvelous catch. Boy, Cordova has had some kind of game with a home run, a pair of singles, and now a marvelous catch in left.
That's right. Better believe it. Bader, I guess he forgot who was in left field. He's a young player. He didn't know better. Alex, look at that. He's safe with an easy slide and style points to match it. Well done. Not surprised he wears the gold. He wears the platinum as well.
Now back to the top of the order and Dexter Fowler. Hamill has had his way with the top of the order. The top 2 hitters, Fowler and Carpenter, both left-handed batters, are 0 for 6 Wesley, 84 pitches in 6 1/3 innings.
Oh, come on. Good pitch. It's all right.
Jason wanted that.
That was a good spot. It's where you want to pitch. Nicely done. Way to
How
get
about
back.
that? Green light, 3-0. Salvi set it right down the heart of the plate. Sometimes you just got to take your chances.
Yeah, and you know what? This is good for Hamill.
Our University of Kansas Health System injury report is about the Mariners' D. Gordon, fractured right great toe. 45 games. He was leading the American League in stolen bases with 16. And Whit Merrifield, of course, right behind
12.
him. 12.
Yeah, this will be good for Whitley, but not for D. Gordon.
You know, in the past it was always just the big toe, but all of a sudden you get self-important and it becomes a great toe.
Oh, okay. I just got that.
Just got a yellow card from Steve Kurtenbach.
Yeah, that's all right. Tried to go over my head.
More of a magenta, Kurtenbach says. Great crew with us tonight. Fox Sports Kansas City. Casey Carter, Steve Kurtenbach, Sam Abramson, Dave Holtzman, Al Broughton, Joel and Monty. I said Holtzy. Holtzy's right behind us. He's our associate producer.
Look at those guys. They're into the game tonight.
Yeah, he has had his share of cotton candy. He is ready to party. The right side and width. What a good job by Jason Hamill. A 9-pitch inning. Hamill gives up 1 run through 7 innings. The Royals lead it 3-1. Time for our Pepsi fan of the game, and you bet that young man, and he is intense.
Look at that. Love the crab pose. He's hungry. He's strong. He's pumped. The Royals got a lead. He's got a T-Rex on his stomach.
Well, it's time for our Chevy call to the bullpen, and it's the veteran Brett Cecil, 31-year-old left-hander out of Annapolis, Maryland. First-round pick of the Toronto Blue Jays out of the University of Maryland. Terrapin.
Look at those numbers. 7th appearance he's in now. 2.70. Just 3 1/3 innings. Been around. Veteran. 6'3", 235. 31 years young. Fastball 89 to 93. Cutter. Change up.
He has been throwing strikes ever since he returned from the disabled list, facing 10 batters, giving up just 1 hit, 1 walk. Former starter, one time a 15-game winner back in 2010, starting for the Blue Jays. Owens takes a strike and he's down to the count 1-2. Cecil is their only lefty in the bullpen. Royals starting 5 left-handers in this game against the right-hander Luke Weaver. Swing and a miss, and down goes Goins. So 1 out in the 8th inning. So Cecil will face back-to-back lefties in Goins and Moustakas. And then they may go to the bullpen to bring on a right-hander to face Perez and Merrifield. We'll see. Tomorrow's game is a 12:15 start. Michael Wacha 5-1 for St. Louis. Jacob Junis 5-3 for KC. Ball 1. Myers up in the bullpen. We were hoping to see that Jordan Hicks. I just wanted to see someone throw 105 miles an hour.
Well, he pitched
warming up last night.
Yeah, we might see him tomorrow.
Giving him the green light.
So will Jersley. Didn't want it.
Off the plate. And here comes Mike Matheny. We figured this would be the case. The right-hander warming up in the bullpen and 2 right-handed hitters coming up. Perez and Merrifield. Time for our Chevy call to the bullpen. Fans, if you can't catch the game on TV, you can stream games live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals. New pitcher is Mike Myers, who was recalled for the 4th time already this year on May 10th from Memphis, taking the roster spot of the injured Carlos Martinez.
Hey, have options, will travel. 92 to 97. He's got a nice, hard sinking fastball, slider changeup. He's 6'3", 200 pounds and 26 years young. 10 2/3. He's done a nice job.
Well, he made his first appearance since May 10th recall on May 12th at San Diego, and he gave up a walk-off single to our friend Eric Hosmer in the 13th inning.
Happens.
Yes, it does. It's never fun.
Well, it won't happen tonight because he's at home.
Just telling history.
No, time was called. Salvi bailed. Who called it? Usually home plate umpire will point to who called it. All right, let's see who called it.
Wow. Salvi didn't hold his hand up, and I didn't even see his lips
Marty
move.
Foster pointed to the pitcher.
Okay.
Myers. He couldn't have called time.
Try to jam Perez inside.
Yeah, that's firm 97. You swing at that, your bat will be screaming.
What will it be screaming? Obscenities?
You can hear it. No, you can hear it. It's an explosion. It doesn't feel good, especially in the cold.
Wood-senities. That's the pitch he wants to stay away from. Breaking ball down and away, that usually results in a double play, and the Royals would love to add another 1 or 2 runs in this inning. 2 good right-handed hitters coming up, Perez and Merrifield.
Salvi was talking the other day about going to right field on a fastball. They're staying in on it.
96. He hails from Grove City, Ohio. Cardinals' 3rd-round pick in 2013. And of Ole Miss, Brad Keller getting ready. Looks like for the bottom of this inning. He's been warming much of this frame. Foul back. He had another good rip on a heater.
Fans, join us for our annual Big Slick Celebrity Softball game on Friday, June 1st, before the Royals take on the A's. Watch local celebrities Paul Rudd, Jason Sudeikis, Bob Riggle, and Eric Stonestreet, plus some of their celebrity friends for their game starting at 5 o'clock. Gates open at 4:30, so plan to arrive early to catch all the fun. Visit Royals.com/BigSlick for more information.
Another one on his hands, this time at 98 miles an hour. St. Louis won last night 6-0. The Royals holding a 3-1 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. Moose walked with 1 out.
No.
Boy, everything hard in on Salvi.
Tom, he wants to get his bat. And Salvi knows it. He knows they're coming in, so he's looking in. And all it takes is 1 miss. If he doesn't get it all the way in, 3-2, he's looking heater. He'll jump him again.
And that's line to the 3rd base. Wow, man, he has struck the ball well tonight. A line out in the 1st, a home run in the 6th, and now a line out in the 8th.
He has hit some balls hard tonight. 105. Solid contact. And Carpenter making sure his strings are intact. Watch your lips. he gets underneath that ball, would be traveling all the way through the city of St. Louis. If he got under that, that would have been over Big Mac land, everything in this ballpark here.
We saw Mark McGuire hit tremendous moon shots to left field in his glory days back in the late 90s. Fouled off. Witt walked with 1 out in the 4th inning. Single to second base by Alex Gordon. 1 out later, Mercedes Escobar with a clutch double that broke the 1-1 tie. Ball got away from someone down that right field line. Munoz picked it up. Now they're ready to play. This young man not afraid of coming inside. He has been pounding the Royal right-handers in on their hands. Cardinals will get a look at the hard-throwing young right-hander for the Royals in the bottom of the 8th inning, likely, and Brad Keller. Gets away. Moose goes to second. So the Royals have a man in scoring position. The count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Whit Merrifield.
There he is for Whitley to add to that 250 average of the runner in scoring position. Myers moved him over on purpose. Well, not on purpose, but accidentally, but Whitley take it.
It again on his hands. 96 miles an hour.
That was 3 inches from his knuckles.
Tell you, the kid not missing. I mean,
yeah, and Whitley knows it's coming. So once you commit on that, you're committed. Look at the ball mark on his bat. Let's see where that was. Wow, that's way close to the handle. There's times you'll swing at a pitch like that that's way inside, and you'll look at the ball mark, and it's just a couple inches from your hand. You go back to the dugout, and your teammates will go, "Man, let me show it to you." It's inches from your hand. It would break your hand if it hit it, your knuckles.
I remember Pete Rose used to have a rag and a bottle of rubbing alcohol, and after every single game he wanted a clean bat for the next game, so he'd take a look at his marks to see if he was on the sweet spot, and then he'd take that rubbing alcohol and rub the bat down, get the marks off. Tony Gwynn went an entire season without breaking a bat. So foul.
Yeah, it's amazing. Denny tells that story because Denny was with him in his Hall of Fame induction.
Yep.
That's amazing. I have one of Tony Gwynn's bats. It's the shortest bat that I have in my collection. It's
31 inch?
31 looks like to me.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
it's like
He used to call it the pea shooter. That's what he called it.
He'd get up on the
shooter.
dish and just use his hands, and he, you know, hit singles and doubles all day long.
An artist. Well, Whit is going to see at least 9 pitches.
He's competing right here. This is exactly what Terry Bradshaw wants to see from his hitters. And today's game, is the game, and they're doing it so far.
And at one time he was down 0-2 in the count.
You have to just scrap and claw for every pitch and every at bat. Look at that. He won it. Fantastic. And the hottest man in the ballpark tonight is stepping in. Good plate appearance by Whitley.
Gordon 3 for 3, up the average from 246 to 264 with 3 swings. Belted a home run to deep center field. Line to single to right, line to single to left. Stay hot.
Yeah, now let's see if Mike Myers tries to pound him in with his fastball. Fastball slider change.
He was expecting fastball, got one.
Yeah, a little too high.
Look back, strike. I wonder if Marty Foster said nope. Kind of exaggerates it, much like Jason Kipnis of the Cleveland Indians, the way he holds that bat. And he knocks it a mile high, but on the infield.
Too bad.
It'll be the shortstop making the catch. We'll see if it's Brad Keller. We come back. Yep. Another little guy with power, his 14th home run this year. And the Indians win 10-1 over the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley. Royals fans hoping they can see a victory here in St. Louis after the Cardinals have won the last 5 straight. Well, the Royals need a strong bottom of the 8th from Brad Keller, who's been sharp this year. 1.96 ERA. And he's a little like Myers of St. Louis. Power fastball.
Low to mid 90s. He might even go some upper 90s. Slider changeup. 6'5", 230. He's a big young man and confident young man.
22 years old and the setup man in the 8th inning for Kansas City.
Yep, doing a nice job. Ned's starting to define that bullpen little by little, especially when they hadn't had too many games that had a lead late.
He was terrific last time out, recorded a 1-2-3-8 in Friday's 5-2 win over the Yankees. That was his 7th consecutive scoreless appearance. He gets a strike across and a big rip by Martinez, who was singled, lined out, and been hit by a pitch. Martinez at one time in the Royals organization set the Pacific Coast League record in batting in 2015, hitting .384. Fouled off.
He can rake. See if Keller breaks him off one of his nice sliders.
Now he stays with the fastball. Right back to Brad. Underhands to Witt, and one big out.
All right, fans, this summer, the World Cup is coming to Fox and FS1. Every match live and over 300 hours of coverage. The world's biggest sporting event begins June 14th on Fox and FS1. Check it out. I can't wait, Biz.
I can't either.
I love that.
I do too. I mean, it really is amazing, and it's taking place
The
in Russia
athletes
this year.
The athletes are spectacular. They can run, they can stop on a dime.
Ball one to Marcell Ozuna, who is perfect 3 for 3 on the night. There you go. That's that breaking ball he was throwing the Yankees last Friday. Boy, it was rock solid. Escobar. Got him!
Whitley with a pick.
Good throw by that man as well.
That was fantastic. Way to go. The defense is looking good. The starting pitching tonight. And watch this top spinner. You got to jump. Don't have any time. Get rid of it. Whitley saying, all right, I got to make this look good. And he did.
Oh, man, that is a terrific play. You are out.
That's beautiful.
No, they want to take a look at it.
He's out. Let him take a look at it.
Well, I think they want to see if his foot was on the bag.
Let him check. That's a beauty.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if his toe came off. He's stretching.
Nah, his toe's fine.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I think it's fine too, but it's the 8th inning, and Mike Matheny probably said, you know, we may not have another opportunity, so let New York take over here.
Well, he's hoping that you know, he can have a night for Ozuna, get him another hit.
You know, that's one of the things I don't like about the replay. Sometimes it denies the passion for a great play because you're going, oh, they're going to take a look at that again. That's.
He's out. That was beautiful all the way around. Eski's done that before. A big league shortstop can do that. And there's a few kids in the minors that can do that. But look, that's a big league play all the way from a guy that wears the gold. Believe it.
Great play.
With him. Yeah. Been there. Hang with him.
Fine play all the way around by Escobar and Whit Merrifield, a guy who told me before the game that the first time he ever played first base defensively in 2016. He had been all over the diamond throughout his life, but never played first base. And I said, even in Little League? Nope. Because usually in Little League, they put the kid who can catch the ball at first base.
Sure. Let's check it out. Now, is that Moose's glove still? Because, you know, it'll take some time to break in your own glove. That's the one he's been comfortable with.
Sweet play.
Let's see. On the other side is his name, I think, by his thumb. See how big it is? That's nice. You can just throw that thing up there. And Whitley, as skilled as he is at picking up balls out of the dirt, he timed that perfectly.
See you later. Man, oh man, 96 up by the letters, and Brad Keller fantastic in the 8th. So was Escobar and Witt.
Amazing. Less than a second. Check it out. Jumps. Look at that. 0.97. He's got Thief of Baghdad's hands. That's beautiful. Quick.
Ooh, man.
Yeah. And Whitley was able to stay on.
Well, an old friend comes out to jog up to the mound. That is Greg Holland, who had tremendous success as a Kansas City Royal for several years. And Greg, good to see him healthy again. He's had a rough start with St. Louis, but with his violent delivery, Rex, I think he's a guy who needed spring training, and he was a late sign.
Well, sure he did. Every player does. Do you remember Kendrys Morales in 2014? He held, or didn't hold out. He didn't get a contract from anybody. The Minnesota Twins signed him, and right when the season started. In 98 games, he had 218.
I remember talking to Kendrys about that. He said, you know, I expected to go down in the minor leagues and warm up down there, but they put me right into the big leagues. And he said 90-mile-an-hour fastball looked like it was 100. And with Greg Holland, with that kind of delivery, he has fallen behind a lot and walked 14 batters in only 12 1/3 innings.
So it's going to take him some time.
But he still holds the Royals' save record. 47 in the 2013 season. What a year that was. 1.21 ERA, 103 strikeouts and 67 innings that year. Fastball 95, 96, and that split slider.
So then, you know, going back to Morales, similar situation, hitter or pitcher, that's the importance of the spring training. You gotta have it. Now they're a little long nowadays, and most players would agree with that, but you gotta have at least 2 or 3 weeks. And so how much time did Moose get? He had 2-3 weeks, and he had just enough time, and he got ready, and he was hotter than a firecracker. Spring training. Holland didn't have it. And you know what? Whose fault that is? Not Holland's. The Cardinals. They needed a closer all winter. They needed a closer. They waited till the season started. And they threw him in like they threw him in there. That's not Holland's fault.
Well, perhaps it is for signing so late. And there is a line drive and a base hit to right field.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault. He had no offers.
Well, he actually had one
earlier.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club. With Almonte on, the Royals are hungry for more. Love to give Kelvin Herrera a little more cushion for the bottom of the ninth. Escobar the batter. Hunter Dozier has gone to the on-deck circle. He'll be hitting for the pitcher Brad Keller. Esky's had a terrific game, a single. His double broke the 1-1 tie back in the fourth, and we just saw a fantastic play that helped out Brad Keller throw 1-2-3/8. Monty does not go, and the pitch is a bit low. Kelvin Herrera will be out there facing the bottom of the order, hitters 6, 7, and 8. Almonte was going, and there's a great hit and run. Almonte's going to make it to third, and Escobar has 3 hits on the night.
Okay, Holland, slider down low. Eski's seen him throw sliders. Look at this. He picks that up off the ground. That was nicely done, and he barreled it. For being off balance, that booty knock was nice.
So runners in the corners with Hunter Dozier pinch hitting for Brad Keller.
Cardinals infield, they're coming in. They can't afford to give up another run here if they want to try to get back in this one. Oy. And you know, Holland, he's working with Mike Maddox, and it just, you know, Matheny said he's going to put him in games that you know, he can get some work in. That there's not a lot of pressure on him. I mean, they're just going to have to get him into game shape. He's got the stuff. It's still there, fastball, slider. Just looking for some results on his heater.
Falling behind Hunter Dozier. Dozier with 5 hits this year and 23 times up. One of those a double. Still looking for his first major league home run. Knocks that one foul. Hit 254 at Omaha with 1 home run in 35 games.
Meantime, Bud Norris has been getting the closing job.
And he's done a very good job.
Yep.
9 for 9 in save opportunities this year.
That's right. 22 innings pitched. 31 strikeouts.
Three and 1. Greg was Kansas City's 10th round pick in 2007 out of Western Carolina University. Self-made guy, incredibly competitive. Ball 4. So the bases are loaded. That is now the 15th walk for Greg in not even 13 innings. Tomorrow is the final game of this I-70 series in St. Louis. It'll be a 12:15 first pitch. Of course, 11:30 with Monty and Joel. Royals trying to even this series at 1 win each. John Jay will come up. The bases loaded, has never hit a grand slam, and has 1 hit. The bases full this year.
Well, Holland's buddies, the Royals, weren't too good to him last year in August when he came in with the Rockies.
Ball 1.
Hosmer took him deep for a walk-off.
That's right.
Infield in. Jay knows what to do. Stay out of a double play by staying inside the ball, thinking left field. If you get a hanging slider, maybe try to pull it.
And John takes it right back up the middle. Almonte will score. Escobar right behind. O'Neill's throw to the plate. Not in time. The Royals go up 5-1.
Beautiful swing. John Jay will add to that 184 average with runners in scoring position. And again, Mike Matheny not having much success with Greg Holland. Right there up in the zone, 94. Plenty of velocity, just not quite commanding it properly. And that's what you do, take advantage of it. Bases loaded. Give Herrera a little cushion.
So John Brebbia will be coming in for the Cardinals.
Ryan laced the ball to left field earlier. Would like to get something back here.
Strike one.
Slider, first pitch.
Seems like every single reliever that comes out of it, every bullpen throws 95 plus.
Nowadays, that's the game.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. There was some hard throwers back in the day and back in that day and even before that, but they were very select. They were very few. And then gradually, you know, with the conditioning programs and throwing programs and all the new modern technology they have nowadays for these players to train all year round, you're seeing velocity. You're seeing more Tommy John surgeries, blowouts and stuff, but they fix them.
The violence of that movement.
Yeah.
Goins pops it up foul territory. Carpenter has room and makes the catch. Cardinals get the first out of the ninth. Now Brevy must face Moustakas, who's been on base once with a walk. I don't know about you, but I had a pretty good feeling about Moose right now.
You know what? We called him in our open. I said the Moose would be loose. But we still have another game tomorrow.
Strike one. Another good swing, this time on an off-speed pitch. McCarthy has joined Herrera in the Royals bullpen. Remember, an afternoon game tomorrow. First pitch at 12:15. Jacob Junis going for Kansas City. Michael Wacha for the Cardinals.
Yeah, you know, if it's not a safe situation, Ned won't go with Herrera.
Carpenter over, and he has room. So two pop outs in the foul territory by Goins and Moustakas. Jacob Junis going on his 10th start. Very good record, excellent ERA. Michael Wacha the same, and Michael a veteran, 5 wins, 1 loss. And he's one of the top ERA guys in the National League. Willie McGee with his arm around Greg Holland after he has had a rough beginning to his Cardinal career.
Kidding me? To have Willie McGee in a Cardinal uniform again, that's a huge boost for the organization.
Now 3 pop-ups. The Royals, though, do get 2 on a clutch. Bases loaded, hit by John Jay. They improve their lead to 5-1. Here comes Gelb.
here tonight, and now Kelvin Herrera in for the first time since their last win on Friday. Joel Goldberg down by the Royals dugout. A lot to talk about coming up on Boulevard Royals Live with Royals Hall of Famer Jeff Montgomery. What a great night for Jason Hamill. We'll discuss that. Also hear from Ned Yost, talk about Alex Gordon, Alcides Escobar, the offense, the defense. A complete game to this point for the Royals, doing everything. We'll have that and much more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Fizz?
Thank you very much, Joel, and you're right. Jason Hamill really competed tonight because he didn't have very many easy innings. He was getting out of jams, and twice was helped out by his catcher Salvador Perez on a strike him out, throw him out double play.
3 more outs.
There is a base hit to left field by Colton Wong. Going after the very first pitch from Kelvin Herrera.
Yeah. Hamill hasn't won a game since September 6th. Detroit last year, so let's see if Herrera can hold on. He's got a nice little cushion here. Fastball above average, mid to upper 90s, slider change, slider. This good effective pitch to keep him off balance. His changeup's around 88, 89.
And because his command has been so good this year, I wonder if that's why St. Louis aggressive early like Wong was. He hasn't walked a man this year. He fills up that plate at 99 miles an hour with a fastball. Munoz is 3 for 3. Keeper down. Royals might be able to get 2 outs on 1 pitch the way they've been defending in this game. Escobar been excellent. So is Goins. Merrifield.
Yeah. So Jairo Nunez has a chance to get another hit, but he's really has a bonus opportunity when he's facing a closer like Herrera. Herrera's an elite closer.
That jelly legged him right there.
Sure did. I remember facing Todd Worrell when he was a closer for the Cardinals for the first time. He threw me a slider like that. Oh man.
Escobar, tough play. Nope. So 4 hits for Munoz.
Yeah, he'll take the little drubber. A couple of sliders in a row. He just topped that one. You know, no play for Herrera. Escobar, excellent play. Nothing wrong with that at all. Whitley saving that ball from going down the line. It would have been 2nd and 3rd. It's a good play by Whitley. At some point, you got to come off the bag.
So the tying run will come to the plate, or they need 1 more runner to get on for the tying run to come to the plate. Right now they have Pena up, and they have Jed Jerko moving to the on-deck circle. Strike 1. Pena 1 for 3. The streak that Herrera has put together, not issuing a walk in his 18 appearances this year, covering 16 2/3 innings. That's the 2nd longest game streak by a Royal to begin a season since Dan Quisenberry went 19 outings in 1982.
Wow.
Hit sharply. This could be 2. There's 1 and 2.
Just what Hamill ordered up. Even though he's been out of the game, he'll take it. Herrera likes it. How about Goins? That was nice. That ball was scalded. He had plenty of time, so he gave him this little flip over there, casual flip, left it up there for Escobar to take it. That was nice. Goins has great hands. Watch this. Okay, there you go, bud. Flat-footed. Not what you teach. You can't teach that. He's a big leaguer. He can do it.
Yeah, I was talking with Ryan about his smoothness around the bag, like the play he made at third base the other day with the bare hand. And he was saying, you know what? I had good instruction from my pop growing up. And now I pop her foul. Salvi goes back, but it's out of play. But But he also said in the pro level, he said there were a couple of guys, infield instructors, Mike Bordick, who's now a broadcaster for the Baltimore Orioles, and Mike Mordecai really helped him defensively. So the Royals turn 2. They just need one more out to get the win over St. Louis and even this series at 1 win each. Way inside. Jerko jumps out of the way.
Jerko looking for his first pinch hit of the season.
West Virginia Mountaineer, still lives in Morgantown. In there. Tilvian, it seems like, has really tightened up that slider.
He's tightened up everything. He is a prime closer right now. He's in his prime. He's ready mentally for the job. He's always had the stuff.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And this ball game is over. The Royals win it 5-1. Big night for Alex Gordon, who goes deep, had 3 hits. John Jay with the bases loaded knock. Salvador Perez, well, he not only hit, but he fielded it extremely well.
Strike him out, throw him out. El Toro! Ole! Let's go. Come on, get a series tomorrow, boys. Good job. Jay with a big clutch knock to give it a little cushion. I tell you, it was a well-rounded win for the Royals.